Hi, 14-Day Reset. I hope you're doing well today. Thanks for joining in on our protein talk. My name is Stacy Kimbrell, and just thank you so much for joining in this whole journey with the 14-Day Reset. Now, proteins are made up of amino acids, and they are crucial for all body functions. They help to sustain our energy, that help with the production of neurotransmitters, which of course we need, with mental focus, appetite control. They really help so that you don't crave sugar if you have enough proteins. They help stabilize blood sugar, which is extremely important, especially paired with fats, and essential for muscle growth and maintaining muscle, and help with your metabolic system. Okay, now we're going to talk about when to eat those proteins. So if you're doing intermittent fasting, of course, most people have a 6 or 8 hour window. So when that 12 o'clock time comes and you're eating from 12 to 6, let's say, then you want to make sure you eat a whole bunch of proteins right there at 12, because that's what gives you the energy so you don't feel tired and lethargic and all that kind of stuff. Help to balance out your blood sugar. And the other thing I love, you have to read your desk reference book. There's a section there called the clock diet. I did this with our family and with my kids, and it was amazing. It made such a huge difference because most kids don't eat, or most people don't eat. They eat like cereal or toast for breakfast. Well, that's just going to break down to sugar, and you're going to have no energy or can't focus in a minute, right? So you want heavy proteins for that. So I didn't care if I gave them a cheeseburger, not McDonald's, of course, right? But something you make at home, or some heavy meat, or if you're vegetarian or whatever the case is, you want to eat heavy proteins in the morning before you go to work or school so that it can help sustain you through the day. And it would be better for you not to eat heavy proteins, especially right before bed, because now it's going to take your body 8 to 9 hours to help digest that, and your body's going to be working while you're going to sleep and not communicating and resting and cleaning out the body and getting ready for the next day. Okay, now we're going to talk about portion control. You know, instead of eating on a big Jethro plate, eat on a smaller plate, like a 4-inch one. Instead of a big bowl, have a small bowl. And it's really going to depend on what you're eating or what meal plan you're doing. So are you doing the keto, the Whole30, the no sugar, the GAPS, the paleo? That's going to make a difference also on your portion control. Of course, if you're eating carbohydrates, you want complex carbohydrates, not flours and sugars and pastas and bread and different things like that don't have the whole protein. Now, if you're eating like Ezekiel sourdough or bread that has all the nutrients in it, has the proteins in it as well, and the good fibers, and that's different than just eating regular cake or a cookie, okay? You know, with proteins, it's really important that you have fats, and that will really help stabilize your blood sugar more than anything, and energy levels. Remember, your brain is 60% fat. So we want to make sure that we have enough fat to balance out our body as well and keep our memory where it needs to be. So one of the biggest things that people eat for fats is nuts. So this is just a little tip on this, is nuts should be soaked and then sprouted. And if you're going to have them dry, they could be dehydrated. But otherwise, if you're eating regular nuts and you have not soaked them personally yourself, if they're not already soaked and sprouted, then you've got to do that, because otherwise you're not going to be able to digest or absorb all the protein or fats in those nuts. So literally, you're just going to get a handful. Just pretend my little Young Living mug here. You're going to get a handful of like almonds if you eat those. You're going to put them in here. You're going to put some water in there before you go to bed. And when you wake up in the morning, you're going to rinse them off. You put them on a towel or paper towel. You dry them off. And now you can eat those for like the next 2 days, okay? And that's how you should eat the nuts, because nuts are like beans, and you're supposed to soak them to activate the enzymes to help you be able to digest your food. So if you eat nuts right now and it causes you upset stomach or something like that, that is most likely the reason why, is because you're not activating the enzymes. Food only stays in your stomach for 4 hours, and nuts need to soak for at least 9, most of them. So that's why. So I hope this helps you out. Make sure you get your protein, and thanks for joining 14-Day Reset.